Yeah. Hard. Militant-minded general, 9 grip, the grip with blades and a pen that can sharpen your spine's tip. Level-headed, though my mind flips from side to side with an acrobat's experience. After I stick it, I'm lyric down a demon-possessed. Seems Jay's the best for the job with no code.
What's the word, y'all? It's KTR S2 podcast, Another Rose podcast. You are now live and direct with your boys, Cinko, Big Harv, and J-Bo himself for episode 6 of season 2 of KTR podcast. That is right. That is season 2, episode 6 of Another Rose podcast. Thank y'all for joining us today. How y'all feeling on this fabulous day today, my brothers?
You apparently extra. You're feeling real extra today, so that's beautiful.
Who feeling extra?
Doing a lot, giving a lot of energy to everybody else. So I feel how you feel. Just gathering your energy. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Cinko. I appreciate it.
I mean, I was just wearing my mask,
Alone, thank you.
Yeah. Which we all should do anyway in the public eye, when just to protect each other from harm and danger and any other sick viruses out there. Yes, please wear your mask. Stay safe out there and all that good stuff. J-Bo, how you feeling today, my brother?
Nah, I can't complain. I'm still good, coming off the high from being at Summerslam live from Las Vegas.
That's right.
Feeling great.
We kicked it. We had a great time at SummerSlam. But before we dive into this one hell of a wrestling weekend that we just had, just do this one simple favor for us. Follow us on all social media platforms, KTR_podcast, Twitter and Instagram, Another Rose Podcast, Facebook, YouTube, Another Rose Podcast on all podcast platforms, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcast. Oh, wow. Podbean, we are on everything. And don't forget to get your merch at prowrestlingtees.com/KTR podcast. I've been slipping up lately. I've been messing up on that intro a lot. I need to get it together.
People get the point.
Yeah, they get. Yeah, like I said, all podcast platforms, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Podbean. We are on everything there. I feel better. Now let's get to this weekend. This past weekend we had in the wrestling world, the wrestling community, the wrestling universe. We just I don't know where to start. We had Rampage, we had SummerSlam, we had NXT 36 Takeover. We're just gonna start in order. We're gonna go Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We're gonna start with Friday with the anticipated debut of CM Punk.
Yeah,
coming back to the wrestling ring. It is not to WWE. It is to AEW.
Yeah.
Wow. Speechless. It finally happened. All the years of cheering and chanting CM Punk, he is back. Tell me y'all thoughts on this, because it is real big right now.
Let's let Big Harv start off on this one, because I know he's superly excited.
Oh, yes, he is. Go ahead, speak, my brother.
That was probably, for me, the highlight of the weekend. We'll talk about the rest later. I don't feel like the energy ever went higher than the energy those people had in that building that night. I don't think anybody cried at SummerSlam. I'm not sure. But, yeah, man, it was emotional. It was a lot going on. Welcome back, Punk, man. We knew it was coming. He found something somewhere that he can be passionate about his craft and not have to be overly political and have to deal with all the crabs in the bucket and all. Everybody over there, they're out to put on a good show. I feel like it's gonna be a good fit going forward. It's gonna be great. He doubled the viewership for the show after the debut of the show, which is incredible. Big things to come, man. I ain't gonna say too much because we're gonna have more to say over the coming weeks. Seeing this man put the whooping on these young cats as they need and as they deserve. We'll talk about it then. But yeah, welcome back, Punk, man. Welcome back.
J-Bo.
We all know what CM Punk means to the wrestling business. People, as Harv has already mentioned, has been chanting for him for years, 7+ years exactly. 2,766 days CM Punk has been away from the wrestling ring. And now that he has came back, he's spoken on numerous occasions that No, he's not into wrestling at all. He gave up on wrestling. But you know, it takes a lot for a wrestling organization to be so good that it makes a man who at one point given up on wrestling to believe in it again and to come out and do this crazy ride all over again. Of course, there's all kind of factors because, you know, we try to be as analytical as possible, such as what is his in-ring shape? You know, what is his matches going to look like? Does he still have it after 7 years? Which are going to be things to definitely look forward to. But the impact that he made to the wrestling world, especially in the early 2010s, if that's still relevant, if he can still bring that same energy, AEW is going to soar with him being in the industry. So once again, yeah, congratulations, CM Punk coming back.
Like I said, shout out to CM Punk coming back. I was watching this on my phone in the club. I was like, wow, it actually happened. Granted, I couldn't hear what was going on, but I saw the whole fan reaction and everything watching it. But it's real big. AEW making big moves, and you know, we're kind of thinking, what's WWE gonna do to match that?
They already tried. They tried to do that this weekend. We'll talk about it, but they definitely tried.
Exactly, they tried because they came out with some people on Saturday night or Saturday afternoon, evening if you in Vegas on the West Coast. They came out with Becky Lynch making her return, and the Beast incarnate Brock Lesnar made his return.
Yeah.
They said, AEW, you got one surprise? W like, bet we got two. SummerSlam at the Allegiant Stadium where the Raiders play in Las Vegas, Nevada. It was an incredible show. I tell you, it was beautiful. That was my first our first WWE event back since, you know, the panorama happened and everything. But we're just gonna get right into it real quick. We're just gonna give the results and everything. First off, Universal Championship, Roman Reigns defeated John Cena. Raw Women's Championship, Charlotte Flair defeated Nikki Ash and Rhea Ripley. WWE Championship, Bobby Lashley.
Whoa. Nikki A-S-H.
That's right. It's not Ash. I know. It's
Nikki Ash, damn it. Hey, anyway. I ain't doing all that acronyms and stuff like that. Next up, Bobby Lashley defeated Goldberg for the WWE title. SmackDown Women's Championship, we're going to dive into that a little bit later, but it was supposed to be Bianca versus Sasha, but it it was supposed to be after that, Carmella versus Bianca, didn't happen. It finally ended up being the man, Becky Lynch, defeating Bianca Belaire. We had Edge defeating Seth Rollins. We had the Mysterios lose to the Usos. We had Sheamus lose to Damian Priest. We had Drew McIntyre defeat Jinder Mahal. We had RK Bro defeating AJ Styles and Omos. And we had Alexa Bliss lose. No, I'm sorry. Alexa Bliss beat Eva Marie. I'm sorry. My bad.
Well, you had predictions and then you revised your predictions and you were still wrong as hell. All night.
Because when we did the predictions, I just did the list and actually copied what y'all did and didn't submit mine. I forgot. Now, when I went with my heart, damn it, I ain't go with my mind, obviously. I wanted to see John Cena get the 17th title reign, of course, because that's my guy. I didn't want to see Randy Orton win because I'm not saying I don't like Real. I just don't like the RK Bro thing. Real cool if he was alone, but I didn't want that. I had Charlotte Flair winning, of course. Everybody knew that. I had Sasha winning, but it should have happened, but it didn't happen. So technically, I got that right because Bianca didn't win.
What? No, that's not how it works.
I said what I said, damn it.
At all.
Anyway, what was y'all thoughts on SummerSlam? Well, first we're gonna say, we're gonna give your thoughts on SummerSlam. Go ahead. Take it away, J-Bo.
We'll dive deeper into the Bianca Belaire scenario. Well, we'll save that to the side. But overall, SummerSlam was one solid show. Most of the people who needed to win definitely did. A few things that I need to highlight is let's start with Bobby Lashley. With him being WWE champion, he has just been dominant. He's not having any fluke victories. He's going in. He's showing why he's the Almighty. Even though Oldberg was in that match, and honestly, the match went longer than I believe the majority of the Allegiant Stadium believed it was going to be.
Yep.
But Bobby Lashley definitely did still show why he is the reigning WWE champion. Roman Reigns, my guy, he went in there and dominated. I'm talking, he whooped ASS all across Las Vegas. Okay, he showed no mercy. That the presence, the in-ring ability, that was great. Edge and Seth Rollins, I highly enjoyed that match, even though Edge took a lot of breathers in the match. They still told a great story in the match from start to finish. Shout out to the Brew entrance combined with the Rated R Superstar entrance from Edge. That's creative as hell. I mean, I can go on about the rest of the night, but before we talk about Bianca, I think it was definitely a strong, solid show.
Y'all were there live. I'm the only one who wasn't there live. Fuck you. So, as the only one sitting at home watching from the perspective of all the cameras and all the cameramen running around, I wasn't as impressed. The big matches, of course, did their thing. The title matches, what was it? Rollins and Edge. That was a good match. Both title matches, both did their thing. But everything else to me fell kind of flat. The women's matches, I feel like they were choppy, or at least, the triple threat was really choppy. I didn't feel like it ever got a really good groove going. Omos is green as hell still. He's about as mobile as Khali. And y'all know Khali, he could barely bend his knees to do anything. Now, when he does the choke slam, it's an impressive choke slam. I'll give him that. He can execute a great choke slam, but he's not ready to be in that spot. He's just not. Rarely that I agree with Cinko, but RK Bro has to go. That is some annoying trash. All right. It's not even believable. Orton, the whole "you earned my respect" kid, that didn't even seem like Orton. I was waiting on the RKO. I was hoping for an RKO. I don't even like Orton. You know what I mean? So, no, not even. Nope. We're gonna go. We're not even gonna stress it. Yeah, Riddle. I was impressed with Riddle before he got to WWE. Not really a big fan of the whole bro thing, but in ring, he's my guy. So I hope that they do more with him going forward after, whatever they do. Of course, tag team division is just ugly right now. Like, it's just throwing together tag teams, just passing it around. All in all, I'd give it probably a solid C plus B minus.
Wow.
Yeah. What the hell happened with Shinsuke Nakamura?
No. Well, he had his match early. They had to cut something out, so they made his title match earlier, but they just made him show his face every SummerSlam.
Came out. Yeah, it was ridiculous. I also want to shout out Pat McAfee. He's entertaining on everything. That man is entertaining. All right, he can. I don't just keep him on the broadcast team. He's great.
If he was eligible to win Superstar of the Year, I would honestly give it to him. Or a new Superstar of the Year, some along those lines. Give it to him. Give him an award because he's
in the ring impressive. He's on commentary impressive. That guy he's cold. He's a good dude.
All right, so we spoke our piece on SummerSlam. So, ask y'all a question. I'm gonna ask two, basically, pretty much. First question: what was your favorite moment or highlight at SummerSlam?
Roman Reigns standing tall. That was clearly my favorite moment. No question.
Harv.
John Cena losing. Yeah.
Why can't you just say Roman Reigns winning?
Get him out.
Yeah. All right, like I said, my favorite moment was John Cena's entrance because that showing all 16 titles was just cold to me. And putting all his W's on the back of a t-shirt. I loved it. I was hoping he was going to get 17 times, but we knew it wasn't going to happen because he got the whole movie thing going. And I'm still waiting for when that will happen because I have no idea now. It's bothering me because he needs to beat it. And I want to be there live in person when he beats it. But moving on, second question. It's probably the same answer as all three of us. What was the worst moment of SummerSlam?
We don't have to say it. Okay. I think the world shares in our sentiments. Okay.
Let's talk about it real quick then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Bianca Bellaire versus Becky Lynch. Bianca losing basically within 10 seconds of the bell ringing.
I went back at some things, man, and I went back and looked at some things,
Mm-hmm.
and it is ridiculous how many times that something like this has actually happened to where build somebody who deserves to be built, who deserves a lengthy run, who's been having a good run, getting good reactions from the crowd, doing everything right, and they bring somebody else back who before they left was more popular or just as popular, and then they just shut that other person all the way down, just give them the shaft. And it happens way too often. So when you look at it like that, it shouldn't be as disappointing as it, and even knowing that it's still immensely disappointing. It don't make no sense how bad they did that girl. None. Zero. Didn't even make storyline sense. It was pointless. Oh man, it was terrible. It was terrible. It ruined CM Punk's return for me. That's how bad it was. That's how bad it was. Terrible.
Two different brands. The other brand messed up the other brand for you.
On rest for the weekend. That's what it did. Ruined it.
J-Bo?
All right. Anyone who follows me knows that Bianca Bellaire is my favorite female wrestler on the roster. When Becky Lynch came out, I still will root for Bianca Bellaire just because I'm a diehard fan, but I'm not stupid. I know what Becky Lynch means to the business. I do know that Bianca has to lose to somebody big because of how good her reign has been. So if it has to be Becky Lynch, fine. I'm actually not, I don't have a problem with that. My problem is why in the hell did they give her the Kofi treatment and literally take 8 years of combined build and reign down the crapper? It's and at least give it a good 10-minute spot. Why in the world was it a blindside into a sit out rock bottom move, a move she don't even really do, and then get a clean pin? I mean, like Harv said, yes, they've done this before. It doesn't make sense, but I mean, this makes absolute zero sense. You can try to be like, oh well, Becky Lynch is better than ever, and Bianca, she was blindsided. She never saw it coming. She wasn't even prepared. I mean, the emotions of being a Becky. No matter what you say, it makes absolutely, positively zero sense. And it honestly, it kind of hurts Becky Lynch. If you was actually in the stadium, you would hear people who like rooted for like Bianca to lose. Even they changed their opinion. Like, hold on, like that wasn't right. Like, why did Bianca lose that way? No, we don't. We wanted Sasha to win, but we don't want Becky to lose. Like, we don't want Bianca to lose like that. That it kind of
it was a good 50-50 reaction in that stadium,
and it was more because it was done. I don't think anybody would have had a problem if they had a proper, exhilarating, hard-hitting match for that title. A good 7, 8, 9 minutes. Yep. And then she was fully healthy. Becky was fully healthy. She didn't get jumped by nobody. She didn't trip and have a limp. Nothing. Y'all didn't nothing out your hat. Nothing. Not a thing. It's ridiculous.
Well, in the rest of the community, they always have all these, spoilers, rumor mills, and everything like that. And I remember I was reading a spoiler, like probably 2 matches beforehand to J-Bo, and it was like, dang, say Sasha Banks not wrestling tonight. Then we like, oh, guess she is, because we saw the promo go on, everything. Bianca came out, then boom. Then now it came like, dang, so it was right. So there was another report saying that, they did this because they want to make Becky Lynch a heel and make it like a heel move and everything, this and that.
Heel doesn't
to the boss, it makes sense, but just to somebody like Bianca, though, somebody that's been a dominant champion and that's earned this right and opportunity and has been looking strong ever since she won at WrestleMania, doesn't make sense at all. They could just have Bianca just dominate Carmella and like after the match have Becky debut and build that feud for the next pay-per-view.
Or I'll even take it a bit further. They're in Vegas. Bianca, like you said, Bianca could have just dominated Carmella. Becky Lynch would have came out. Becky, she could have said, "Hey, we in Vegas. How about you put the bet online? Let's gamble it. Let's see if you can go a second round." Great, cool. Bianca would have went in there back and forth. If you want Becky a heel, just have her do a heel tactic. Let her do a roller, do something dirty. You don't have to kill a character just to make somebody else a heel. That I can go on that all day. That it does not make sense.
None.
Yeah, that's the way the cookie crumble for you. And at the end of the day, it's Vinnie Mac's show. Ain't that right, Harv?
Benny Mac. That's right.
Moving on, we're gonna go on to Sunday where more wrestling fun has happened. We had WWE NXT Take Over 36. That was some good wrestling that happened on Sunday. I am not gonna lie, like
Wrestling.
good wrestling. It started off with the pre-show with Ridge Holland against Trey Baxter. Ridge Holland dominated that match. So then we had the $1 Million Championship match against LA Knight and Cameron Grimes. Cameron Grimes is now the new $1 Million champion. And after that, we had the NXT Women's Championship match with Raquel Gonzalez defeating Dakota Kai. Also, for that night, we had the NXT UK Championship. Walter finally lost after 800 plus days of holding the title. That was, man, that was hard hitting, chopping and slapping. That was a match of the night for me. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Almost in the match of the weekend.
Damn near. Probably. Yeah. Probably, yeah. Now think about it. Behind John Cena and Reigns, yeah, probably so, yeah. No.
No, I mean, watch it well done for about 20 minutes. It is fun to watch.
Yeah. Also, we had the Kyle O'Reilly versus Adam Cole part 3 with Kyle O'Reilly winning. I don't know why, but hey, teach his own. Next up, we had, and not last but not least, Karrion Kross against Samoa Joe for the NXT title, and Samoa Joe became the first 3-time NXT champion. I thought he was clapping. He was typing on his computer.
No.
What was your thoughts on NXT TakeOver 36?
Excellent. I enjoyed it. In ring wise, at least, of course. I'd give that at least a full letter grade above. Even the women's title match was a lot better than I expected it to be. I will say, what it makes me sad for what's to come, because the quality of NXT is about to drop. All right. When they start bringing all the muscle heads in and making it more developmental and start, it's going to be pretty much one style of wrestling going on, and that's the WWE style. And it's really kill NXT for me and for a lot of fans who watch it for, WWE indie, basically. And, it is what it is. But at the same time, they made it that. They decided to do that. They decided to buy up all this talent. Nobody told them to. They didn't have to. They could have built their own cats like they had ample opportunity to do. Just looking at the roster now, both title matches on SummerSlam had a part-timer. But y'all got a problem with how NXT is being run. Doesn't make sense. That makes it. You don't want to build anybody. So why are you changing it? Anyway, we're not gonna get on that. Joe, I really didn't expect Joe to win because of the changes that are coming to NXT. They want younger guys and they want the big bodybuilder guys. Of course, I never saw the point of Karrion Kross, so I didn't really, whatever. Glad he's. Yeah, all in all, it was pretty well done. One thing I don't care for the $1 Million Championship. They try to bring that back every 10, 15 years, and what the hell for? It's pointless.
Another mid-card title.
Okay.
I'm just saying, another mid-card title.
They've had mid-card. Where's North American Championship? That's all you need.
It's actually a great point. Where was that?
Yeah, what's going on? Where is he?
He'll wrestle this week.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. Let's see. NXT Takeover. As far as pure wrestling, that was the show of the night. So I mean, Ridge Holland, he's just a big guy. I'm not really expecting much out of Ridge, but decent opener. Cameron Grimes, LA Knight. I mean, the whole Cameron Grimes storyline leading up into the $1 Million Championship, even though, like Harv said, they bring that belt back every few years to, bring some type of prestige to it. It doesn't bring prestige to the belt itself, but it kind of makes sense with Cameron Grimes' character, with the $1 million, this and that. And he's just been stellar throughout his whole build. So I like how it culminated. I hope that there's nothing else afterwards. There's a perfect way to end it. But it worked out well. Raquel Gonzalez, that's my girl. She's dominating. I like how they kind of built up the Dakota Kai real quick, to be like a threat to Gonzalez. And yeah, like Harv said, the match was great. Perfect for what a women's championship match. I have no complaints. But man, Ilya Dragunov and Walter. Let me tell you something. If you watched their first match for the NXT UK title back on a regular NXT UK show, I mean, that was just brutal. You wouldn't even think that was a WWE product match. Like, that's how good of wrestling that it was. And even though Walter lost, let's not forget, he is a great wrestler. He's victim to the panorama, that why he had the belt for so long and how he couldn't get as many good matches in as viewed a lot as he honestly should have. But I mean, him and Ilya Dragunov, that boy, he does not stay down. He dominated and he deserves the belt, honestly. Kyle O'Reilly, I mean, I expected for him to win, especially with the rumors going off. You know how WWE goes. If someone's going to leave, they're not going to have them go out on top. Okay. They have to pass the torch. I can see how it can be surprising to a lot of people, but at the same time, it still makes sense. If Adam Cole, if the rumors are true that he's not re-signing with WWE NXT, or
I'm be sad as hell.
If he's not re-signing at all, then it doesn't make sense. We can talk about that too. But yeah, Kyle O'Reilly. I mean, yeah, that was a decent wrestling match. And Samoa Joe, Karrion Kross. I mean, that was just a typical heavyweight match. I didn't really expect much. I saw what I needed to see from Karrion. I saw what I expected to see from Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe makes sense because Karrion Kross is on Raw now. So yeah, it's great. Personally, it's a great way to end off how NXT currently is before the major restructure. It's a perfect way to end off. That way we can easily see the difference between the good NXT and the corporate NXT. We will see that coming up in the coming week. But yeah, solid show. I love to see good wrestling like this from NXT.
I didn't really sit down and thought about it until y'all just mentioned it about like how much NXT changed. I'm just thinking about the roster right now and who's all on the show and who all is possibly leaving. It's gonna be real sad.
There.
It really gonna, who's Samoa Joe gonna go up against next now since he's champion? I'm confused.
Maybe eventually against what's his name? Escobar.
That's what we want.
Yeah.
That's what should happen.
But I see it. If Samoa Joe is the face, Escobar, he's gonna be done with Isaiah in a minute. So I can see that being like the next big thing.
Escobar should have been champion. Wow. He's definitely superstar of the year in NXT right now. But with that, do you really think Adam Cole is going to be gone?
Yes, I do. Listen. Okay, here let's talk about the rumors. The rumors are.
I am. I'm going to love this man. He's just leaving. Like,
if the rumors are true, then that means they're focusing back on all three platforms on younger, bigger, more muscular, more celebritized like stars. Adam Cole knows that he does not fit that bill. He knows that no matter how much money that they're going to give him, he'll get his little shine, his pop, especially now that they're back in front of live crowds, but it's going to die out. I'm not saying that he's going to go to AEW. He can go anywhere and be great, but he can go somewhere like AEW where his girl is at and where his butts are at, where it's like, I'm going to be treated like the wrestling god that I am. And he is. He goes in there, he puts on a great match and a great show. He knows that over time, in the long run, he's not going to get down Raw and SmackDown. If he does decide to go to Raw and SmackDown, that would be a surprise. He's going to get banked, but I wouldn't be surprised if he left either. It makes sense for him to leave.
Go ahead, Harv. I already know what you're about to say. Just step on my heart right now. Go ahead, speak.
You know, you know how it is, man. You the one always explaining the business, brother. Out of there. Money ain't for everybody, you know. It ain't always about the price tag.
Shit, boy.
You want to be. I mean, I'm sure he's amassed a decent amount of money while he been in NXT. He was a top biller on the Indies, and now he can go back and be a top bill. He'll be fine. Like for everybody, that's not what it is. What it's about for everybody. He's comfortable. You know, he could feed his family wherever he goes. So the price tag to job every week to all these other weak ass cats they finna put out here, I wouldn't take it either. If I'm being honest, I mean that's pointless. That's gonna ruin his legacy. I don't think a lot of people realize that when it comes to entertainment. When you go out there and you allow them to stamp you out, you're gonna be stamped out. Like people, people gonna remember in the later years of your career. Oh, he started out hot, but what happened? You know, and I don't think that's what he wants. So he's going. It's smart. That's where he belongs. I think he's gonna end up in AEW.
So Harv, you telling me that you would turn down a 7-figure contract
if I was Adam Cole?
Okay.
If I were,
you said if you were Adam Cole,
the WWE and did my thing, and now they want to send me up, and eventually I know I'm gonna turn into a jobber. No, not if I still had the passion for the job.
If you were Adam Cole,
if I was Adam Cole.
Now, what if you were you?
Shit. Y'all drop me on my neck all day. Let's go. Pile driver time. Tuck your chin. That's how you do. Tuck your chin.
He said tuck your chin. Tuck your chin. That's like money, everything for me. I don't know. But hey, people got different love, different passion. I can see why people do this. So you love something, of course, you're going to go the extra mile for it. That's why we're here and that's why they're there. So it makes a lot of sense. I'll be chasing the check right now.
I'm telling you, Stan, you better start changing the Adam Cole baby to Adam Cole bye-bye. It's going to happen. Okay.
I never thought I'd do this. I had to mute him. I never in my life thought I was going to mute J-Bo on the show, but it just happened. First time for everything. Anyway, looks like that's all the time we have since people want to be rude on the show right now. And I was just trying to screen then, my bad. Hold on.
Disrespect.
Boom! So
hey, you're a tyrant, sir.
Somebody gotta be. It's my show now. Welcome back, J-Bo. How you feeling?
Screw you.
All right, cool. Well, I'll say this was for last time. This is gonna be fun. This is gonna be a real quick lightning round. So, because we always have these debates in our chats and all the time, we're gonna create our own wrestling universe.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna create our own wrestling universe. And we're gonna see what we think it should be. It can be any wrestler right now that's out that you could pick for each, level. First, we're gonna start off with the creme de la creme. No, the face of your company, the champion. This will be your world champion of your company. Who would you pick for that right now? And go.
I'd honestly put Roman Reigns up there right now.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Damn it, Harv. Yes. I mean,
he said yes.
When you talk about right now, Roman Reigns is the epitome of what a world champion should be. So that's no question.
I'll put Randy Orton on there. All right, cool. Who would be your women's champion right now?
Bianca Bellaire all the way.
Very likely, yeah. It's the smile, man. It's the smile.
Oh my God, here we go.
Love to smile.
Oh, so you'll smile for that, but earlier we asked you to smile. You said what? So let's see, pick Bianca.
Tell you your thoughts, sir. What you got to say?
No, never mind. Anyway, so you pick Bianca.
Come back. You do yours. Come back.
Charlotte Flair, obviously. That was easy for me. So who pick?
It'd be Bianca most likely.
Okay. Who would be your tag team champions?
In the wrestling universe, tag team champion.
Who would be your tag team champions right now?
I would pick Low Key and Homicide from the good old New Jersey wrestling days. Oh, I would love to see them in tag team action again.
Oh, we can pick a classic tag team?
Any tag team. It's the universe. That's what Cinko said.
I was really speaking about like people that are currently wrestling right now, but
I mean,
that's why I was throwing off for a second. So yeah.
I was going to rewind
tag team, so.
Because I would have said 2007 John Cena for my champion right there. But yeah, so tag team, who would you pick?
Okay, well, if we're talking about today, then shoot, man,
it'd be any organization. You ain't got to just WWE.
Harv, you go first. I gotta think.
I do Young Bucks. I think Young Bucks are right now the best tag team in the world, and they have been for a long time. And that's partially because they're the only ones that really stay together. WWE break everybody up. All they really got right now is the Usos. And I feel that the Young Bucks are just a little bit better than the Usos. Yeah.
If the pick, I would probably do Private Party. When they're given a chance, I don't like this whole Hardy family office thing, but if you give them a chance, like actually take them seriously, they put on one hell of a match every time. So I would do Private Party.
I'm picking New Day. Need somebody marketable. I need somebody with prominence in their tag team title reigns. Need just the overall package. Some group that's actually good at wrestling, can cut promos and keep up the good work. Bam, leave it like that. Mid-card champion, who would that be?
CM Punk. But I would use him as like a gatekeeper. It'd be like how the IC title was back in the 80s, where when you won it, people knew that you were going to be next up for like a world title reign. So I would use him like how Shawn Michaels was used in his twilight, where he went up against a bunch of people, and they was really just like it was just really good feuds, really good wrestling matches. I just throw the title in there to elevate it.
All right, Cinko, I'm probably going to get on your nerve, but I'm going to combine a few things. I would take Ricochet from NXT and MVP as his manager.
That sounds horrible. I'm sorry. No disrespect to the two, but that would sound like a good combination.
Wouldn't Ricochet have to be a heel for that?
I can't even see Ricochet as a heel, man.
It would have to be a heel. So
you can barely talk.
I know Ricochet is now going to work out well on the mic as face or heel. That's my guy. However, if he plays off as a high-flying heel with a mouthpiece like MVP, that's going to shock a lot of people and put on some great matches.
High-flying heel.
You have to put on the Prince Puma mask for that, because he ain't even got a heel face.
Sure don't. He'll be hard like try not to crack a smile.
Yeah, I don't think Kyle will. You got to stand while your manager's talking you up. You got to be making the faces. That's your job. I don't think you got.
I'll take a Lucha Underground Prince Puma.
Yeah.
In his corner.
I'll pick the Miz for my mid card, because I want somebody that's at the mid card to try to make it feel like it's the world title picture in multiple ways than one, whether it's just in the ring or on the mic. He can hold his own on the mic. So I'm saying, and he's a good mid card champion. That's why I put as my mid card the Miz. And last,
off of the Miz, I have to say that WWE has succeeded in making me absolutely hate John Morrison. All right, I hate Johnny Drip Drip. I hate that moist crap. I hate it.
You don't like America's Moist.
Talk about how he broke up, so I just thought, good time to throw that in there. What I'm saying?
We're getting to the topic. Last but not least,
trash. Sam is trash as well.
Who would be your upcoming superstar on your brand? Who's your future be?
I get that's about the Ricochet.
Who would your future be?
Yeah.
Keith Lee. I like to see a good Keith Lee rise.
Adam Cole. Adam Cole. That would be my superstar right there. And that is the Faction Flash round. And with that, that is all the time we have for today for season 2 of episode 6. Be sure to follow us on all social media platforms. KTR_podcast, Twitter, Instagram, Know the Ropes Podcast, Facebook, YouTube, Know the Ropes Podcast on all podcast platforms, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Podbean. We are on everything. And don't forget to get your merch at ProWrestlingTees.com/KTR Podcast. This is season 2, episode 6, KTR, #KTR, all that good jazz. And we are out.
What should they do, Big Harv?
Pump those numbers, baby.
Adam Cole, bye-bye.
Y'all sick.
Yeah, numbers, letters, all symbols of man-made devices that could cripple us all. Improve we can panicking when storm hits and knocks out the power grid. Are you fully prepared to live off the grid? How you think?